up next after a Week 13 bye. The Browns will play the Ravens in back-to-back games. Baltimore looking for the series sweep in consecutive seasons. This AFC North battle is coming your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Baltimore Ravens. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with... Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What works in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Time to see this wide-open Baltimore offense go to work, and leading them, pretty darn good one. Lamar Jackson out of Louisville.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
Well, that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He was looking for Rashad Bateman there, and that'll bring up second down. Well, he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And it's incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers. And he was forced to put that one into left gear. But that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Had just the 1 big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
And 1 big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that, those explosives that we talk about. That allowed him to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense. Quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, 4th-year man from Oklahoma.
You talk about the pause that refreshes. I think it's come at a perfect time of the year for them, hasn't it? You know, the season is starting to wind down, got a little bit of a break. But how about the guy calling the signals? He's got to be excited about that because now he didn't just get a game plan for 1 week. He was able to work on it for 2 weeks. I can't wait to see if they have anything special in store for him today.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. This defense for the Ravens, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
In today's NFL, when you talk about goals for defenses, and you think that maybe you'd like to hold them under 14 points or so, we think our offense can usually get 17 to 20, so that's a reasonable goal. But when you hold a team under 100 yards of total offense, you're going to win 99 times out of 100. And the 1 game you lose, you'll know who to blame.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different. No surprise there, Jadeveon Clowney with a tackle for loss. We all know how he became one of the most famous players in football, though, don't we remember?
Oh, that one play.
Yeah, that one big-time play was on highlights everywhere. They want to see more of that here in the NFL.
Well, the first play in the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. Jackson from the shotgun. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. First connection there of the afternoon for those two, and it's good for a first down. Well, these two teams met in Cleveland earlier in the year with the Browns coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in Cleveland to complete the season sweep. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And one more time, that's Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 48-yard line. Throwing is Jackson. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Lamar Jackson, for all the talents of escaping pressure that he possesses, he was helpless to do much of anything there. He had no chance.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there on the perimeter, sometimes you don't have the agility to keep up with the defensive end who's looking to wreak havoc in the backfield, and he got there and put his man on the ground.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. So holding on the return, and that's going to back him up to start the drive.
He was trying to get the job done correctly, just trying to clear a little space for his returner. Ended up getting a little too much jersey and hooked the guy, hence the flag.
6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a 2nd down. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. From the 17, here's 2nd and 4. Play fake, Mayfield. That's into the hands of Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets his football out shy of the 30 to the 29. To throw, Mayfield. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Patrick Queen. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now.
Come on, let's go.
2nd and 16. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. Give him 3 yards on the run. Now they'll need to draw up something good here on 3rd and 13. Throwing, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again to throw on 2nd and 10. Jackson, catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the option right is Jackson. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Jackson now. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards left on 2nd down. They run from the shotgun with Murray. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now it's Jackson. They'll set up the screen for Freeman. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Tucker's kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this 1st half. It's 6-0. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree because when you get that open week after a victory, It does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film, just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
43 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
You gotta be kidding me.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And this won't get there. Won't be on line either. It's no good. Off to the right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And
got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. Well, for Lamar Jackson, we know all about how dangerous he is running the football, but he can really sling it as well, and he connects on a big one there.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it, and boy, did they pick the right opportunity, unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
Freeman. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Jackson going to run. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's going to bring up a big call now because he was unable to make the play himself on 2nd down. Now you just have to wonder, will they keep the ball in his hands on 3rd down?
How about this Browns defense? They've held so far. This is now 3rd and goal. Jackson. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Ooh, with a juke. And just a 30-yard punt that time. And that will come the offense as they take over. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
The protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. They'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 22 yards there, a 1st down. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Fighting through pressure, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Grant Delbert just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Got to give him points for the attempt, but there's just a wave of pressure there. A host of people in the area. Evades a few, but couldn't evade all of them.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens will extend their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's just been looking for some space. I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about it.
No, don't take him totally out of the game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Mayfield on first down. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Rashard Higgins was the one he was looking for, but now it'll be 3rd down. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Ravens out in front as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3.
The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
And he returns this to the 22. The Browns offense getting set to go to work here to start the third. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
No gain on the play there, second down. And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. Second down and long.
Hey, 4-1's Mike, 4-1's Mike.
Here's Mayfield. And he slings one that's incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And it's third down. He'll let it go deep for Beckham.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Murray. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On first down, Murray. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Malcolm Smith there for the stop. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Forced out to his left. 1st down and more for Jackson.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
Oh, Lamar Jackson just so electric, Charles, when he gets into open space, and we saw Exhibit A right there.
You know something? I'm standing up here in the booth next to you watching the play. He buckled my ankles on that one as well. It doesn't matter whether you're actually on the field trying to chase him or you're just watching him play. This guy is sheer excitement.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. Lots of plays on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll come out in the pistol. They'll try to run it in with Murray. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Once more, Murray.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Latavius Murray. His 9th touchdown of the season as the Ravens push further out in front.
Could not block that one any better. Everyone was accounted for, and a great surge by the offensive line.
They go play action. Mayfield. It's caught. Beckham. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. A give. This is Chubb. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
These two teams getting a couple of late season tilts this year. Their first meeting was not too long ago, back in week 12, and it was the visit.
And did he break the plane? Yes, he did. Touchdown. Nick Chubb. Touchdown number.
Now an option play on 2nd down.
And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 3, but it brings up what will be an interesting 4th and 1. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there, and trailing big here in this 4th quarter.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. And it's 3rd and 4. Now Mayfield. And that will be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to let it fly. Touchdown! Odell Beckham with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Browns make some inroads here on that deficit.
Well, Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it, and we saw evidence of that right there.
And you'd think on 3rd down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks, and I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And that throw, amazingly, well over 70 yards in the air according to Next Gen Stats. Wow.
Hunt going to run for it. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team. And he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we...
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Turnover.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. A gain of 3, second down. They go with Murray again. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Ravens, it's an important win for their playoff hopes as they move to 8-5. And they'll return home next week to take on the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, it's a potentially fatal blow to their playoff chances as they drop to 6-7 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.